Hey Fantastics, and welcome to my channel. For all that do not know me, if you're new here, my name is Kimberly K and welcome to my channel. And before we go any further, I would like you all just to stop, take a moment and hit that subscribe button. Also give this video the thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I upload a video, and go ahead and comment. So on today's video, you guys, we're going to get in a little deep and personal video going on. It's like some stuff I've been wanting to get off my chest, and it's like, have you ever just had something that's just been on your chest or on your mind and you just been holding it in, and it's like years and years later, and it's like finally when you just are fed up and you like, I just really need to get all this off my chest, I need to get all this off my mind, and you just go venting and you need to vent to someone. So today, I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to vent to you guys. So I'm going to vent to my Fantastics. And like I said before, if you are not a Fantastic of my channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe and become a Fantastic of my channel. So let's start back, and I'm sure you saw the title of the video. So I would like to take you guys back before I jump into what is going on now. I would like to go back and give you a little bit of a backstory and a little bit more detail and why I feel the way I feel as of today. Okay, going back, I was raised by my father, which is also one of my sister's father. So we have the same father, which that is how I was raised, and that is what I thought. By the time I was 14, my mom told me I had to get a blood test. Now, being 14, I kind of knew what that was, but in a sense, I really didn't know what that was. But it's like I somewhat understood, but it wasn't really fully clear. And it was just like one of the things somebody tell you and you just be like, oh, okay, whatever. That's how my whole mindset was. So at 14 years of age, I had to get a blood test. It was me and the father who raised me, who was still my father as of today, okay? But who raised me, when I got a blood test and found out that was not my biological father, but it was always out there, like my mom knew. But the reason why they were wanting to have this tested, it was money issues. You know, other people wanted, I guess, the check I was getting and wanted it to go to their household. So all this came about, and even when we went and took that test, the person who was wanting the check still didn't get the check, because I still got the checks up until I was 18 years of age. Okay, so anyway, that is that. So however, 14, when I found out like this is not your father, it really didn't change anything. Like I said, I understood, but I didn't fully understood. So once again, it was one of the things that I was just like, whatever. Like, it just didn't really click in my head. But as I started getting older, I started realizing some things that was different. Like, oh, like, well, we went on this trip or this vacation and we kept it from you and it was a secret. Oh, don't let her know. And I was over here like, hoo, me over here, like, why I'm not going. So it was just like certain things, or like Christmas was different. Like certain things I wanted, maybe on the other side, other siblings probably got, I didn't get. It was just simple things, but it was actually serious things. But back then, being so young, those things are simple things. So you just like, oh, you know, it's just whatever. And you know, you just let that just roll over your shoulder. But come to find out how that would really affect my life is actually serious things that were taking place that I should have really noticed. So it's like by the time I started getting more upper in age, I started noticing different things. And I would never speak on them. And if I did speak on them, they wasn't taken serious anyway. It was just like, oh, whatever, you crazy. Oh, stop complaining. It is what it is. Oh, it's all in your head. Oh, no one is doing this. So, you know, I just went on about my life. As years passed, by the time I believe I got into my 20s is when I started really seeing different things. So my mom passed in 2007. And I went and stayed with my dad. So yeah, 2007. I went and stayed over there. I was over there for a good while, living with my dad and other siblings. And I would notice the difference where I'm on one side, me and my son, because at the time all I had was one child. So me and my son was on one side, and not saying like literally on one side, but like mine, since we were on one side. and they were on another side. Basically, they were against us. And I would notice that things that were being said, we were talked about, we were put down, we were shut down, and basically we were let down. It's like when you realize that your family really has just let you down. But even with all this taking place, it got to a point where I just, like, when I stayed with my dad, I just had to get out of there. And I was saving money, and my dad was like, save, save, save. And I saved up enough money, and I was just like, I got enough. I can go get a place. I need to get out. I need to get out of here, because it was just not healthy at all. It was not a healthy environment. It was a toxic environment. And just like all the stuff that's going on now, is still a toxic situation with things that's going on. It's like these unhealthy relationships and unhealthy family members, and it's just like bad vibes all the way around. But growing up, you deal with this because you feel like you have to. You feel like you are obligated to deal with certain family members in certain situations because it's family, or yeah, this is my family, and this is what I'm supposed to deal with, and I got to deal with this. But actually, you don't. You are who you are, and you have a right to remove yourself from unhealthy situations, toxic situations that's really going to bring your energy down and make your whole song just seem out of place. You have a right to remove yourself from situations like that. So once in my 20s, I started noticing this stuff. Like I said, I was talked about as far as hair, clothing, how I carried myself, how my son was dressed, how I was living. But in reality, people talked about it, but no one tried to help. I was a young girl who got pregnant at a young age. I got pregnant at 15. I had my child at 16. Now, that's no one's fault, because I knew right from wrong, but at the same time, people make mistakes. No one really stepped in to say, let me help you. Let me help you get yourself together. More, it was, let me judge you. Let me see what I can talk about. Let me see what I can point out. Let me see what is the wrong. Let me see what you did wrong. Really, my help was my mother. And once my mother was gone, it was basically like, you're on your own. Your mom gone, you're basically on your own. And that's how I felt, and that's how I see it. Now, people may say, that's not how it went. But in my eyes, this is my story. This is my truth. And that's how I see it. And that's what was going on. So, however, I ended up getting a place that was across from where my dad stayed in this apartment complex. And I struggled. I didn't have much furniture. Some days, not much food. It was a real struggle. I knew if I went to my dad, he could help. But you really don't want to go to parents or anyone really feel like you're begging for help. So you make do with what you have, and you keep it moving. And that's what I was doing. But then finally I ended up moving from over there. Thank the Lord. It was like the best thing I ever did when I moved from that area surrounding just being close to family members. So I moved into a house. And when I moved into the house, things actually like picked up for me, got better, because it was like I was working. I had my own house. It was me and my son. And it was just a more peaceful space. But of course, I still had been around my family that I grew up with, who is really my sister's family. I still, was around them, been around them, grew up with them. It was like, this is your family. Then I still had my siblings on my mom's side, which I had my sister that was on my sister that's on my dad's side is also on my mom's side. Okay, then I have another sister and a brother on my mom's side. So still trying to deal with all these I'm gonna say now so-called family relationships. Okay, so however, like I say, I seen the difference of, like I said, being talked about, my hair, my clothing, my child, just so much. But you build all this stuff in because you really think at this point this is normal. This is how family act. This is how siblings act, especially when it comes to sisters. This is how sisters act. Until you wake up and you grow up and you realize this is not a sisterhood. This is not how families treat each other. This is not how sisters treat each other. You do not put down your family members or your sisters or your brothers. Like, you do not do that. You do not be against the people you are supposed to love and to be your family. It was like no loyalty. And as of today, there is still no loyalty. Okay. So moving on from there, it got to the point where I would get close with certain individuals. So it's like, you know how they say everything has a place, time, and a song for it. So throughout the years, I would get close with certain individuals, and everything would be good, and those individuals would get around the rest of the family, and once again it'd be a slap in my face. Like someone is always out to get me. Sound crazy, right? It's the truth. Someone is always out to get me and trying to figure out what is the problem. So then, not even on my dad's side, I started seeing the same behavior start happening on my mom's side. You ever get into it with someone and they say when you get into it with someone and somebody is real mad, they tell you exactly how they feel? Well, I had that situation over on my mom's side. It's just so much, okay? So even keeping the story going, Christmas times come. Every Christmas, I'm usually the one who's doing Christmas at my house. I love to do Christmas because it was my mother's favorite holiday. It is somewhat, it's not really anymore my favorite holiday because this year is just really like, but I always tried to do Christmas because of that reason. My mom's favorite holiday. Everyone is, coming over, cooking, and it wasn't even about gifts because I just liked the point of cooking because I love to cook a lot of food, and it was the whole thing of doing like the family games, and then we do family talent show, and just a beautiful time, and then I had real last Christmas when I had a sibling tell me they gon' F you up. It was crazy. One of my siblings got mad because I was doing pictures and they said they gonna F you up, and I kept trying to figure out who the they was, and I'm still from today trying to figure out who the they were. Like, who was they and why would they be effing me up, and what is the problem with the situation? And it was crazy, just a crazy situation. And that's when people hold grudges and things against you, and then just out the blue they just blur out all crazy stuff. That was that type of situation, okay? That was the type of situation. So Christmas went by and it was like, okay, I'm gonna put Christmas aside, even though Christmas was kind of messed up, dealing with people that want to act crazy or whatever you want to call it, dysfunctional at Christmas gatherings. I'm gonna put all that beside and keep it moving because family do get into arguments and no family is perfect, right? Okay, that situation happened, and just recently another situation happened. And with the situation happened, I feel like family feel like I'm nothing. Like, you can cut me out your life when you want to cut me out your life. Okay, bring me back in your life when you want me to be brought back into your life. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen with Kimberly K. Not gonna happen. It's a wrap. So I have took it upon myself to, since I moved to my new home, I'm all on this inner peace, this clear song, and I don't have time for the back and forth. I don't have time for the attitudes. I don't have time for the drama. I don't have time for the phone games. I don't have time for the phone tag. I ain't got time to kiss your ass. Like, I just don't have time for it anymore. So at this point, I have decided to basically dismiss myself, remove myself from toxic relationships and toxic situations. And what I want you guys to understand and know, just because you are family does not mean you're going to get along with all your family members. Does not mean you're going to be the best friends with all your family members. Even if you got siblings that is your age, like y'all are right in the same age group, that does not matter. Does not mean you're going to get along with all your siblings. And if it's not just siblings, don't mean you're going to get along with all your family members, period. Aunties, uncles, whatever, etc. You're not going to always get along with them. The whole point of family is supposed to be togetherness, love, loyalty, friendships. I don't see any of that with my family. I don't see any of that, and that's just honest. I don't see any of that with my family. My mother's side is just like, stay away from me. My dad's side is like, you the black sheep. We can do you however we want to do you, and we can just dismiss you, and you ain't did anything to us, but I got a problem with you anyway because, oh, maybe you didn't answer my phone call when I called you, and I'm gonna dismiss you, and then when I'm ready to bring you back in my life, I'm gonna reach back out to you. No, I'm done, and I have no desire of having a relationship with family members that mean me no good. I have no desire to have relationship with family members who feel like I am less than. I have no desire to kiss anyone's behind because they think they're better. Okay? Just not gonna happen. Just not going to happen. So I choose to live in peace, clear my mind, have a free and clear zone, and zone all the BS out my life. That's what I choose to do. And if anybody has a problem with that, then I don't know how many times I can throw up the middle finger, because I don't care. Like, I just really, it's just that simple. I just don't care anymore. I have cared enough. I have tried enough. I feel like I did my part in trying to build relationships. You got people thinking their kids is better than my kids. You be like, oh, bring your kid up. Like, they think their children is better than my children. Like, I am done with these so-called dysfunctional family relationships. And if you are in a situation like me, look, if you have tried, be done with dysfunctional family relationships, because that's worse than having a dysfunctional relationship with a friend. This whole worse, because this is supposed to be your family members. Like, and I just see the pattern repeating. The pattern is just repeating over and over and over and over again. I look back at my mom and how she was with her siblings and her mother. Her mother showed her no love. My mom said flat out, my mother don't love me. Me witnessing with my own eyes. My mother did not love her. She was my grandmother. She was never a grandmother to me. She was a grandmother to the grandchildren that she chose. Like, she had her top picks of who she felt like she wanted to be a grandmother to. And it wasn't me or my siblings from my mother. It wasn't. So I noticed that. But when she got sick or whatever, she wanted to see all them grandkids, right? What's happening? I didn't go see her. I didn't go to her funeral. It is what it is. Judge if you want, but you don't walk in my shoes. So you can't judge me until you done put on my shoes. Like, you actually put them on and got to walking in them. Other than that, you can't really judge. I see the same thing with my husband's side. All over the place. Dysfunction, jealousy, hate, just, it's the same thing. So when I'm looking at my children, I'm hoping that they grow up close, togetherness, loyalty, knowing that no one comes before your family, and they stick together as a team. And that's what I'm trying to install in them. So that's why I just hate, like, if I see my children into an argument or something, I'm talking about, I'm not talking to you, and I hate to see that. And I want them to fix it right away. Like, fix this situation right away. This is what we're not doing. Like, we are not doing this situation. It's so sad. And I look at the sad with my husband and my kids. Like, they have a grandmother that's right here in Michigan with them. She's in Michigan. She do not see her grandchildren. There's no excuse. There's no reasoning behind it. You are a grandmother. You do what you have to do, and you make effort. And we have made the effort, and I'm not making effort anymore. That ended. Like, I'm not making no effort. I'm not taking no steps towards that. For us, my children know they have no grandparents. They got my dad. My dad. And that's something else I want to bring up too, where people, you look at fathers and biological fathers, and that's something else. Let's give my dad a trophy, because he is not my biological father, but he was a good dad. He always been a good dad. He always looked out. And if you need something, you call, he will be there for you. I did see some difference with things that he did for us growing up, but I don't fault him for those. I don't hold those things against him. Do those things upset me? Yes, they do, but I have moved on from those things. But when it comes to any other, like, siblings surrounding that factor, I'm good. I'm so good. Like, I have moved on. I'm not forcing any more of these relationships. I have no relationship with any of my siblings or anything, and I am fine with that. I am okay with that. I'm okay, because it's too much anger. Too much anger. And you already know what anger can do to you. Actually, it's really bad for your health. Actually, like, it will really make you sick. Our dysfunctional situations, our toxic relationships will actually make you sick. Actually, it really will. It will, like, really mess with your health. You will be shocked what it can do to you, and it have your mind wandering. And then it's also hard trying to deal with people, and you feel like you always have to try to please someone. Like, you feel like you have to always do what they want you to do, and you're grown, and you out here being treated like you a 2-year-old kid. That's another issue, and those are what you just call toxic relationships. And I tell anyone to kind of really just stay away from toxic relationships. That's what you call them. They're dysfunctional, and I'm sure we all got some dysfunctional people in our family. The main dysfunctional people, and we really, as a black community, we laugh at the people that act off in our family, crazy in our family, or just all around just dysfunctional. We laugh at situations like that, but in reality, those are issues and problems, and those people really need to be medicated. They should be treated. Like, it's not funny anymore, and mental health is really serious in like the black community. Like, people really be having mental health issues, and we sit around, we laugh about it. You know, you got that one crazy person in your family or multiple crazy people in your black family, and we just laugh and we be like, oh, so and so is just so crazy, but really they really off. They are really mental and really need professional help. And that's where mental health awareness need to come in like the black community. Like, that stuff need to be treated, because I know I got a lot of mental people in my family that really need some type of treatment. They should have got treated like a long time ago. It's probably too late though. They really screwed up now, and you can just tell by their behavior and by how they operate. Like, they are really screwed. But they should have got help a long time ago. Like, they should have been medicated or treated, or went and seen someone, talk to someone, and you really see that. And then you see also with family members the jealousy and the, I'm better than you. No one is better than nobody, because nobody is riding around on $1,000,000. So I don't know why anybody would think that they are better than anybody or anyone in your family group setting. Like, no one is better. No one is better. And if you are doing better or greater, it seems like you will uplift your family and you will support your family. If you are a family member and you like, I got a good job, I got this, that, it seems like you'll be like, let me try to get you into this job. Let me help you. Let me do this. Let me extend an arm. Like, let me help you out. Not with, I feel like with, not all, but I'm speaking on my family. So let me make that clear. This is a disclaimer. I'm not talking about all black people, and I'm not talking about all families. Before somebody be in the comments talking about, well, not my family. I'm not talking about your family, because I don't know your family. I'm talking about my family, my blackness, my black community I'm surrounded around, and the black community I grew up in, and what I was taught, and what I was to believe, and what I do believe as of today. Okay, so that is what I'm speaking of. But there is a lot of jealousy and hate when it comes to black families. You even got the black families, like, far as skin complexion. A lot of people don't know that go on in the black community, skin complexion. Okay, like, black people know that go on with the lighter skin and the darker skin. So you even had, like, with my mother, I felt like, and she felt like this was her story, and if she was here today, she'll tell you her story, but she isn't here anymore, so rest in heaven. She was high yellow light, my mother. Her sisters are all dark. They're like my complexion, are darker, okay? And she always felt like they were jealous, and they were jealous. She felt like they were jealous of, her skin complexion, like, I'm the lighter sister. But what is crazy, it didn't really have anything to do with the sisters. It was what you were taught. Somebody taught you this behavior. You didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be jealous of all light-skinned people today. Yeah, today I'm just going to be, I'm dark, I'm going to be jealous. You are taught this behavior. We are mistaught. That's what it is. Black people is mistaught. That you ever see, you try to support, I have seen, like, me, myself, I have tried to support so many black businesses. And you don't get good service. And they think what they're doing is good service because we're mistaught. So going back into what I'm speaking about, my family, I feel like we were mistaught. Like, we was not taught properly to stand for each other, stand by each other, have loyalty, show respect to each other. Your sister, like, if you got a lot of sisters like I supposed to have, you have a lot of sisters. Your sister's supposed to be your best friend, not against. I mean, it's like, I don't want to get into deep, but I feel like I need to get into the deep for you really to understand how far betrayal and lies and BS just go, because it goes so far. But it started way back. It started way back. And that's the whole crazy part about it. So you have to watch people behaviors and the things that people say to you, and then understand you was not liking me or loving me from jump. Because if you did, you wouldn't treat me the way you treat me. Like, you wouldn't treat someone you call your sister or your sibling the way you treat them. My family is all over the place. All over the place. When I say all over the place, I'm talking about all over the map, honey. All over the map, all over the universe. They all over, okay? And it is sad. It is sad because when you look at family like on like Thanksgiving coming up, I'm just gonna be here with my husband and my kids on Thanksgiving. I don't even have a fiber in me that's like, I want to get together with family on Thanksgiving. No, I don't want to see you on Thanksgiving. No, I don't want to get together with you on Thanksgiving. Go about your life. Go about your day. That's how I see it. Like, I don't, and it's sad. Christmas coming up, and I'm so used to doing Christmas and planning Christmas. One of my favorite. And even though we got the pandemic going on, I still would have did Christmas because I would just told everybody, come on, put your mask on, wash your hands, let's separate a little bit, let's do this Christmas thing. I'm over here like, no, I'm good. My birthday coming up. Well, I'm gonna spend birthday by myself in my house with my husband and my kids. Christmas by myself in my house with my husband and my kids. And it's sad because it's like it's not my family or his family because both of our families are the same on both sides. Is dysfunction on both sides of the family. There's no togetherness. And it's really just how we are raised and how we grow up. But my whole thing is I'm just not taking it anymore. I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not doing this no longer. I'm not doing this no longer. It's just the whole thing of just going back and forth with family members, and I'm dealing with lies and drama, or I don't like you, or you did this to me. It's just ridiculous. It's like at this point it's just like ridiculous, okay? Like I'm not going through that anymore. So I choose to remove myself. So with all that being said, if you are dealing with family issues and your family cannot sit down, have a conversation, and talk about the issues, it is okay to remove yourself. You don't have to have hate in your heart. Like I have no hate in my heart for no one. Um, I'm gonna say I wish everyone the best. Go on with your life. Leave Kimberly K alone. Don't even worry about dialing my number. Don't worry about sending me a text message. And just move on because I'm personally moving on. I'm moving on. I'm not talking about from my dad because that would not happen. But I'm just moving on with my life because I don't have that relationship. I have kids over here. My oldest child is 21. Okay, he lives in my other house, and I have my 5 children that is here in this house, 11 and under. No one thinks about my children. No one shows like I'm your auntie or I'm your uncle. You know, those her children. Let's think of her children. You know, it's always about other people's children as well. You know, like other people's children are put on pedestals when my children is put here, and other people's children is put up here when it should be like this, right? Should be like this. It shouldn't 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 be like this. It should be like this, right? But it's like this. You can't even see. That's right. Look, I ain't gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it over. You can't. These are my kids. These are other people's kids. You can't even see my kids. They don't even see my kids. Like it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. You know, it's all the little things that might not mean things to other people. Like, for example, I can go to a family member house and you got pictures of all your nieces and nephews surrounding your house, and there's no pictures of my children. That's an issue for me. It's like, okay, well, where are my children? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the issue for me. Or, you know, every time I'm have a certain hairstyle outfit and you putting it down, you wanna talk about it. You got something negative to say about it. That's the issue for me because you're not saying it as a sister. Like if a sister's like, girl, I don't like that hairstyle. Girl. When you going into deep and you trying to basically put down and then trying to put me on blast in front of other people, that's the issue. That's the issue for me. That's the issue for me. When my oldest child, who's been around, who basically you watched grow up, don't get the recognition that he should get, but other nephews come in that was not even like they were in the family, but you know they wasn't around, and they get all these certain little special treatments. That's the issue for me. That's the issue for me. It really is. You know, when it's simple stuff like, oh, you missed my phone call, so I'm not gonna answer your phone call. We playing these little phone tags, not knowing if I'm busy or what I'm doing. Like I have to kiss your ass, and answer calls when you feel like I should answer calls. That's an issue for me because I think it's childish. I think it's stupid, and I think it's petty. You know, it's just all that little stuff that just builds up. And being the age I am now, and where I'm at now in my life, I'm like, don't call me, don't text me. You see me, don't say hi to me, don't speak to me. I don't care. Like I just don't care. I'm not saying that's the route I'm going. I'm just saying like if these were the cases, I just don't care anymore. Because it gets old. It gets played out. Like you dealing with the same crap and the same BS. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've been holding all this stuff in. It's like I be wanting to go off, but it's like when I'm gonna go off with the person when I know I'm not about to get no real answers. When I know they about to piggyback and dance hop all over the situation. Like they not even about to really take the situation serious or what I'm saying serious. So like I said again, Kimberly K chose to remove herself. And that's what I did. And ever since I decided to remove myself and I just kind of been for the last couple of months just doing my own little thing, not worried about nobody. I ain't got to ask no questions about nobody. I ain't studying what nobody is doing. It's really been peaceful. Like my mind been peaceful. My heart feel full with love. And that's the love that I can give my family that's right here in this household. And I just feel like at peace. Like it's an inner peace than having to deal with drama and did I do something to upset you? Are you mad today? Are you okay? Oh, are we friends today? Oh, we not friends today? Oh, you like me today? Oh, you don't like me today? Nobody got time to go all that back and forth. That's that wish-wash type BS. And I don't have time for it anymore. I just don't have time for it anymore. Like I am too grown. All I'm really worried about right now is building up my foundation. And if a person ain't coming to me with thoughts and ideas for that, we don't have anything to talk about. Like we don't have anything to talk about. We ain't talking about how we about to grind and get some money and put in the bank accounts. We ain't got nothing to talk about. We don't. We ain't talking about we about to open up a business and get this money. We ain't got nothing to talk about. We don't. If you want to talk about drama and mess, or that's what you about, do your two-step. Do your two-step. Do your two-step. Out my damn life and stay out of it. Not dealing with it anymore. Like, I'm just not dealing with it anymore. I am done. I'm tired of being mistreated. I'm tired of being like, Kimberly's supposed to be like the black sheep of the family. And this, I'm done. I'm no one's black sheep. I ain't kissing nobody's behind anymore. I'm not trying to fit into your family, into your group, into your clique. Kimberly got her own clique, okay? And it's called Kimberly's house. And I'm good right up in here. I'm good. I don't need all that no more. So I just see cycles repeating though. I see like it's just certain, like it's ridiculous because you got to think about it. It didn't start with me and my generation of siblings or whatever. It started way before this divided area. And why are we divided as a people? We divided in our households, we divided as a race, and we are also divided as people. Like we are so divided. And it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Like, there is really no togetherness, but, like, we have to learn as a family. When you say family, family means love, respect, loyalty, laughter, all that stuff you get all that stuff you would like to get when you're around your family. That's the type of things you want to get. You don't want to get drama, mess, attitudes, complaints, a problem. That's not what you want to get when you're around your family. But this is the whole thing, and why I'm going on with this whole story is to say, sometime in life, we do not get along with our family. Sometime in life, our families are divided. Sometime in life, you have family members that are more closer than you are, whatever, and vice versa. Sometime in life, you have to remove yourself from toxic relationships and toxic situations, and that might be including relationships with your family members. And also, just because someone is your blood relative does not mean that you're going to always get along. Does not mean just because someone's supposed to be your relative or your family member or your sibling, whatever, etc., does not mean that you will all connect, get along, be in each other's life. It just don't work like that. Things just don't work like that. And I have learned that I was born into this world by myself, and I'm gonna die out this world by myself. And I'm probably gonna die with no one by my side or standing by me besides my husband and my children, because I already see how I have been treated. I have been mistreated even as a child. Even as a child, growing up, I was mistreated. I went to my dad's house for the summertime. I was talked about. My dad was told that my clothes was dirty, my hair was nappy. Now my hair probably was nappy because I did have some real nappy hair. Okay, but my clothes was dirty. My hair was nappy because my dad is blind and he couldn't see these things to see the truth for himself. I was also mistreated when I would get my hair combed. When someone would comb my hair, they would comb my hair real hard on purpose and pull on my hair because they knew I was tender-headed. They would talk about me with their family members, and I was real mistreated. I was a stepchild that was mistreated, and that is the truth. And I was never liked, and that is crazy. That is crazy. And then even growing up, and this is also something too. When you are growing up with people that is actually not your real family, you see things. I'm about to give you a sample. Nieces and nephews will run around and say, "You not my real auntie. You not my real auntie. You not my real auntie." Because my daddy told me you not my real auntie. Because that's what they were told. Now, if they were taught to grow up and treat me with respect and treat me as if I were their real auntie, that's what it would have been. But they was taught to be like, you ain't got to listen to her. She not your real auntie, and that is not her real daddy, and XYZ. So that's how that went. I was mistreated. I was talked about. I felt like I was mistreated, and I felt like my older child was mistreated. I can't speak on the younger children because they're not like in that mix like that. But me and my 21-year-old, yeah, we were, we were, and it's really sad. It's just when you really think about the crap you was putting up with for so long, wasting your damn time and energy. It's like a wake up call. It's like a wake up call. I stayed with my dad, and that little time I stayed with my dad, it was like living hell. I'm talking about when my mom died and I had to go stay with my dad. It was like living hell. I had 3 sisters that were all against me and teamed up against me. Talked about me, put me down, even wanted to fight me. Sad. Straight sad. Okay? And then what makes me mad is I did have my sister, who I said that's her family, but me and her have the same mother. She never came into my defense. She never stood up for me. She never came into my defense. She always sided with them, her siblings. She never stood up for me like I wasn't her sister or anything. Like, she never stood up for me, and she never sided with me, and she never had my back to say, don't treat her like that. Don't say this about her. Don't do this to her. She thought it was cool because she didn't like me anyway too. So like, she didn't like me, so it was just like I'm rolling with them. Whatever they say is cool. Like, and that wasn't cool because as a sister and us having the same mom, you should have had my back and stood up for me. And I'm not saying when I'm wrong, because if you're wrong, you're wrong. But you know, a lot of times I wasn't wrong, and a lot of times I was mistreated, and you should have took a stand. You should have stood up and just be like, this my little sister. Don't treat her like that. Don't do that to her. Blah blah blah. So I just see the difference, of things, just like with birthdays with nieces and nephews. Nieces and nephews get all types of nice birthday gifts and all that. My kids get nothing. They get nothing at all. And that's cool because we over here not pressed for any gifts, but it's just the whole principle of the situation. Even my birthday, I would give birthday gifts. I don't even get a damn dollar store card to say happy birthday. I get a text message. And when I get a text message, guess what? The text message is going to be days after my birthday. It's not going to even be on my birthday, y'all. It's going to be like a week later. Okay, it's gonna be like a week later. So with that being said, don't even text me no damn happy birthday. I don't want happy birthdays for nobody. I'm good. You damn right it is a happy birthday because my mind is peace. My mind is at peace. So yeah, it is a happy birthday. Sorry, something fell on my leg and it was kind of hot. Yeah, but That's just like when you sit and you just think about toxic relationships and how we stay in toxic relationships. It's just like if you're in a relationship with someone and it's toxic, and how we just keep on and keep on. We trying to stay in these toxic relationships that we already know that it's not going to work out, and things like that. But at this point, I can honestly say I am happy. I moved into my new home. I'm working on some career goals and things is in the making. Also, I am opening up my daycare, and that is the making because I have what I need to do that, and that is in the making. My kids are all doing well, even my baby who has a heart condition. That's something else. My baby just recently had surgery. You think anyone really cared about my baby having his third heart surgery? No one really cared. No one really cared. They'll try to do a quick, is such and such okay? They don't care. They do not they do not care. I'm talking, Sandell. Sandell, I'm talking. Anyway, I was gonna stop it because he was running around, but it is what it is. That's my baby. You hear? Go put it back, Sandell. Go put it back. So, if you have a story like this, then I want you to comment down below and tell me your story. Not the whole story. Just tell me briefly of a situation that is similar to the situation that I went through. I'm not going to say going through because I'm not going through it anymore because I chose to remove myself from the situation. So a situation that I was going through. It's crazy, and when people speak of me, it's like to be always made out like she's crazy, she's off. No, I've been hurt. I've been hurt. I've been molested by a family member. Okay. I've been talked down by family members. I have had family members try to fight me, and you might sit on the outside wondering, well, what did you do for her? Did you have to do something? And honestly, I did nothing. I did nothing. Now I did have, like, I did at times maybe had an attitude, maybe, smart mouth, but that will never be enough to want to actually lay hands on a family member. And I am damaged goods. But that's okay because I feel like the good part is taking over my life, and that damaged part is actually being thrown into the garbage. I am destroying that damaged part. So I feel like I'm blessed. I feel like I'm better. I feel like my mind is healthier. I feel like my heart is stronger because I was a hard person. Like I didn't love easily. That was something else I didn't do. So, that is my story. I have more deeper details of things that's just went on in my life that I would like to talk about, but I can't talk about everything in one video because it's a lot, and this video is already long. But I just wanted to get that stuff off my chest, so I thank you guys, my fantastics, for letting me vent to y'all, because sometimes you have to get the stuff off your chest. If you hold all that stuff in, you just explode, because it's just certain situations and just certain things that is just so crazy, out the pocket, just off, and I'm just starting to see, like, this is mentalness to me. Like, this does not make any sense. Like, it's crazy. It's just crazy. One time they did a gathering for my dad, and I went over there, and I was just standing in the kitchen, like I had my back against the sink, and I was just standing in the kitchen. All the family was around, and I felt so out of place. I felt so out of place where I had to get the hell up out of there. I swear to God, I felt so out of place. Like, this is not my family. I just felt so I felt out of place. And like I said, it has nothing to do with my dad, because my dad, he treated us all the same to me. Like I said, I've seen some things growing up, but for the most part, he treated us all. So it's not my dad, but it's mostly with my siblings. It is. It's mostly with my siblings on my dad's side, but now I'm starting to see the same behavior with the siblings on my mom's side, and I'm just fed up, and I'm just over the whole sibling. So when people ask me, how many siblings do you have? I'm going to say I have none. I'm an only child, and I'm going to keep moving with my life, because it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's just not healthy, and it just was not healthy for me, because I had so much anger build up, no telling what I would do with my anger. So I had to get it off my chest, but I also had to back away and clear my mind and be like, get yourself together and get your thoughts together before you do something stupid, or you say things that you don't want to say, things that you can't take back. So that is what I had to do. Some may see this video, but at this point, I really don't care because I'm speaking my truth. This is my truth. This is my story. Just like you would have your truth and your story, but this is my truth and my story of how I feel. And you can't tell anyone what their truth may be and what their story may be, because everybody gonna have a different truth and everybody gonna have a different story to tell, and that just is what it is. But I know my truth, and I know I felt like I was mistreated, and the person that's my looking in on the outside might say you was not, but I feel like I was mistreated. I was talked about, put down. I had times where my hair was talked about, because let me tell you something. I'm just, people, you might not even notice about me, okay, y'all? Y'all might not even notice. I'm just getting into the whole, like, hair, and, I'm starting to do, like, these little fashion videos. That was not always my life, because I had a struggled life. I had a struggle life. So you had some siblings that you're doing better than me, but you didn't encourage me. You didn't help me. You put me down and thought you were better. That's how the situation went. That's how the situation went. It was times that I would find out that siblings and stuff did get-togethers. I wasn't invited. Actually, I was talked about. Don't invite her. Invite her for what? What's she coming for? Things like that. So it's like now I'm getting myself together, and I feel like I got myself together very damn well, okay? Very damn well. I'm so proud of the person and woman I have become, and I'm so proud of where I'm going and the woman I'm still becoming, because as you get older, you get wiser. So I am very proud of those things. I'm just happy with where life is taking me and where I'm going, and these business ventures that I'm on is a wonderful feeling, because I'm actually experiencing things that I thought I would never experience. All the put downs and things that I just want to do with my life and continue my journey and just keep going and just staying motivated and keeping drum out my life. So even as of today, I'm gonna say this: I don't have no hate against anyone. I don't have no anger against anyone. I wish everyone the best with anything they're trying to do. Wish everyone the best. But at this point in my life, I do not want relationships with certain individuals anymore. I'm not looking to have a relationship with certain individuals. That road has ended. That boat has sailed its last sail. I am done. I ask not to be contacted. And I ask just to leave me alone, as I'm going to do the same and leave you alone. If I see you, I'm cordial. There's no animosity at all. I will say, hello, how you doing? How are you? If you would like to return the hello, how you doing? That is fine. If not, oh well, I'm going to keep it moving. It will not affect my day. I will not lose any sleep. I will not lose any money on my bank account. It is what it is. But that's just me being the grown woman I am and the woman I am today. I'm done trying to make relationships happen and relationships take place and be a sister to people who don't even want me as a sister. Like, you don't even want me as a sister, so why the hell am I trying to be a sister? You don't want me as your sister. Like, that's just the truth about it. Like, in reality, you don't even really like me. So we're not going to pretend anymore. We're not going to pretend or play these games anymore. And that is just that. So I am happy. It's things that I'm still working on with myself, like, you know what I'm saying, but I have come a long way. I lived a struggle life. I'm not one of the people that pretend like I lived a struggle life. No, I actually lived a struggle life. I lived that life, and I am past that life. And I live a decent life. And everything is not intact where I need it to be, but it's getting there. And that's all that matters. It's getting there. Like, it's getting to where I need it to be, just far as, like I said, career changes and career goals, and my home. Like, I'm in my home. I'm so happy. These are things that people thought I would never be able to accomplish. things that people thought I would never be able to do. Like, she'll never graduate from school. She'll never have a house. She'll never have a new car. You know, she'll never be married. You know, just, I ain't saying people said this. Now, I ain't saying people said this. I'm saying just like, you know, how people think or see you, you know. So that is just like it. And also, even with my son, for people who ever frowned against my son or looked down on my son, the one that's 21 years old, he did good. He graduated from high school. He graduated from college. He gets up and go to work every day. He lives by himself because I left him my other house, but he's doing well. And for anyone that was judging him or thought that he was not going to do well or make it, then that's a hee hee ha ha for you as well, because he's doing excellent. Excellent. And I don't desire anything from anyone. Okay? No one can, it's nothing now on this earth that someone can give me that I cannot give myself. I'm good. And that's even including love and loyalty. I can give myself love. I can give myself loyalty. I don't need fake love and I don't need fake loyalty. I don't need it. So, if you went through a situation like this, or if you have a story like this to tell, or you going through something like this, then you know what to do. Comment below and let's get this conversation going, because I would love to know how you're handling your situation. Like, how are you dealing with it? Are you out the situation? Do you choose to stay in the situation and try to work it out? What are your thoughts? And yeah, so like, comment. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified, because I have some more of these up close, sit down, personal videos that I would like to put out there. So it's going to all be about if I'm getting the likes, if I'm going to put more out there, as far as like talking about my marriage, talking about my household. I would like to go in deep about my marriage and things like that. So if you are interested in those type of videos coming from me, thumbs it up. Thumbs this video up, and then that way I know that I need to go ahead and continue doing these videos, because this is what you guys want to see. You guys like these sit down, deep, personal videos that I'm getting into. But it was really nice talking to you guys. I'm happy that I had someone to vent to and someone to talk to, just to say this is what's going on in Kimberly K's life. Like, this is what is going on, and just how fed up I am and how tired I am. But I thank you guys. I thank you guys. Everyone have a blessed day. If I do not see you guys again before Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving. Because Thanksgiving is next week. This is so crazy because it seemed like it was just Thanksgiving. But you know, I might do a little Thanksgiving day video. And maybe we'll see each other again on Thanksgiving. So maybe that'll be the next video I can do for you guys. And we can do like a little Thanksgiving video. You guys can see what's going on in my household. And maybe I can show you around, or what I'm cooking for Thanksgiving and things like that. And we can talk about Thanksgiving and what we're thankful for. So let me know if you would like to see that video as well. Also, my birthday coming up, and I was planning on doing a birthday video. And my birthday video is me in this house. I'm let you know right off rip. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm here with my food that I have required and have asked my husband to prepare for me. I'm here with my birthday cake and my wine. Of course, I will get dressed because it's my birthday. I want to look cute. But I'm here. So, but if you would like to see a little bit of footage of what I'm doing for my birthday, how I'm hanging out on my birthday, then let me know that also in the comment, and I'll bring that video as well. But it was really, really nice talking to you guys, and I thank you for all who took time to sit through this whole video of me just sitting here venting to you guys. Once again, hit that subscribe, you guys, and make sure you check all my links in the description so you can follow my other pages and also my IG page as well. I post more over on my IG page because it's easier to post on IG. It's just like push, boom, is there. YouTube, you're going through a whole process of editing and everything like that, so you already know that. So catch you in the next one. Remember, song all negative vibes out your song area. Leave all them toxic people behind. Say bye-bye. Kick them to the side. Kick them aside, because you don't need that type of energy in your life. Toxic people, dysfunctional situations is bad energy, and is what? Bad for your health.